Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and today I'm going to solve the question, solve the riddle. I am going to answer the question, can you make prime rib in your air fryer? The answer is, I don't know. This is why this is an adventure, because I've never done it before, but after looking up a few recipes to see the times and general idea of it, looks pretty cut and dry. But the problem is prime rib costs $10 a pound or so, depending on where you are in the world. And so doing this adventure and not knowing if it's going to turn out, ouch. However, I'm willing to do this for you so that we can see and be more knowledgeable about how to cook our prime rib. I've done it in the oven before. It's turned out just fine, but I want to see if my air fryer can make a delicious prime rib in a quarter of the time. Yes, this recipe only asks for it to be cooked for 1 hour. Is it gonna be good? That is for you and I to figure out at the end of this video. So I hope you'll stick around. And if you're not already a subscriber, please do. We have a lot of fun here. We adventure in everyday cooking. This is everyday stuff. I am an everyday cook who likes to share my adventures with her air fryer, Instant Pot, everything. I just enjoy sharing it, and hopefully you enjoy watching. If you do enjoy watching, give this video a like. It really does help me to know what you're enjoying watching and what content to do next. So without further ado, if you're gonna cook along with me, here's what you're gonna need. 3 pounds of boneless prime rib, 1 tablespoon of salt, half a tablespoon of pepper, 3 teaspoons of fresh rosemary or 1 teaspoon of dried rosemary, and half a tablespoon of garlic powder. Okay, before we start, let's say a prayer and pray that I don't screw this up. All right, let's get started. All right, so what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to cut this out of its bag, and we're just going to dry it off as best we can. And I think that one of the reasons you want it dry is so that we can create more crust later, because dry meat crusts up really nicely and wet meat does not. All right, now if you're cooking along with me and you don't have to worry about your microphone picking up all the noise, go ahead and preheat your air fryer to 400 degrees. I am not gonna do that right now because I don't want to listen to it, but I will preheat it before I get it in after the camera is off, okay? So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna salt this thing really well. So let's get salt on all of the sides. Just so that you're aware, the recipe that I shared with you at the very beginning of this video is for a 3-pound roast, and this is a 5-pound roast. I think any larger than 5 pounds, I don't know that you'd be able to do it in your basket air fryers because of the clearance between the top and the bottom. Like if your meat is sitting really high up on the platform or near your heating element, you might not want to do anything larger than a 3-pound, because the closer it is to the heating element, the more overdone it will get, and you definitely don't want to overcook your meat. All right, next we're gonna do the pepper. All right, and our garlic powder. And there are lots of purists who believe that prime rib needs nothing but salt and pepper. And yet here I am putting garlic powder on it. If you are one of those purists, just look away as I put on the garlic powder. Now we are gonna do the rosemary. Now it's important when you do the rosemary that you make it stick to the prime rib. That way that flavor can get into that meat. If you're using fresh rosemary, there's no difference as to how you're gonna put it on. Okay, now into your preheated air fryer, it's going to go at 400 degrees for 8 minutes only. At the end of 8 minutes, you're gonna drop your air fryer temperature down to 300 degrees, and then you're gonna continue cooking it for about 60 minutes. Now, after 20 minutes of cooking, you definitely want to check the temperature inside your meat. The moment your meat reaches about 125 to 130 or your ideal doneness, which let's put a doneness chart right here. We have rare up here. You want to make sure it's 5 degrees below this temperature and then going down the list. So we're going to finish ours about medium rare right here, which is I want to make sure that it's done about 125-ish so it finishes around 130-ish. So that's it. And like I said, I have my instant read thermometer and I can actually insert it into my meat as it cooks. Then I'll always know what temperature it's at. Okay, it's been preheating for 5 minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and get this in, and I'm gonna put it fat side up into the very bottom of the air fryer. As you can see here, it is fitting in there very nicely. It's at the very bottom position, and it is ready to go. And I'm gonna close it carefully. There we go. And we're gonna get it started on air fry for 8 minutes. We'll be back. Okay, let's check it out just real quick. Oh, yep, I see it did get a little crispy. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so let's do custom for 60 minutes at 300. And as you can see here, my instant read thermometer is still reading 44 degrees, so I don't have to check it every 5 minutes. And then when it comes to temperature, I'll be back. All right, see you soon. Well, in an hour. Okay, my prime rib has hit prime temperature for our family. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop this. It took about an hour and 45 minutes to come for this 5-pound roast to come to temperature. So I haven't peeked at it at all. So here we go. Oh man, does that look good? Wow. Now what we're gonna wanna do is I'm gonna leave my probe inserted so I can just assure that it comes up to the right temperature. And we are going to wrap it in foil for 20 minutes. Do not cut into this. It needs to rest for 20 minutes. Well, don't do that. Okay, let's get this wrapped up. I'll clean that up whenever we're paused. Okay, keep that probe in there. And we're just going to wrap it so that no more juices are lost, because I just lost all of that juice. Super sad day, but it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna leave this for about 15-20 minutes, and then we will be back to check to see what it looks like. In the meantime, I'm gonna get this cleaned up. Well, that was a mess to clean up, but let's get into the finished prime rib. Now, as you can see by my thermometer still inserted, it is almost at the ideal temperature for our family, which is 135. I took it out about 115, 116. So I'm curious, kind of curious as to how high it will raise, but I'm assuming this is about the last raise that we should see. So it raised a good 15 degrees after it came out and was wrapped and sitting here for the last 15 minutes. So let's open up. We got a 134 now. Let's just see if we can leave it there and you guys can watch it. All right, so let's unwrap this and check out the results of this completely fantastic looking prime rib. I'm fascinated. And on the outside of this, it looks like it has a really nice crust. But on the inside, as we know, because our gauge says 134, so it's still rising a little bit, that it is not overcooked. It is perfect. So let's go ahead and take this off Okay, so I'm gonna call it, oh look, there we go, 135, the perfect temperature for this prime rib. If you like it rare, go for 125 or 130, but that's where we're gonna call it. All right, let's set this up so that you can see when I cut it, what it looks like on the inside. So are you ready for this first cut? I'm ready. Oh, it is so tender. You ready? You ready for the big reveal? Bum, bum, bum. Boom. Look at that. Nice and red. Oh my, I'm gonna take a middle slice out for hopefully the thumbnail. I'm not even sure how I'm gonna get a thumbnail yet. And yes, I have a sharp knife, but this is a very tender cut of meat. Oh my goodness, you guys, check it out. Wow. Now I know that some people will like their prime rib cooked a little differently, but as you can see here, it looks pretty fantastic. All right, I'm gonna move this off to the side. My husband and son are ready for me to be done so they can eat this. But I wanted to taste it for you. So I'm gonna taste the well done bit over here, which was the part that was closest to the heating element. Oh, that's good. That's good. And then I will try the medium rare part right in the middle. All right, you guys, even before I taste this, you can do prime rib in the air fryer. That's nice. Oh man. Oh, that is delicious. Okay. I want to continue eating it, but I'll wait to do it. You guys, I'm so excited that this has worked and that this piece of prime rib is not ruined. I was actually a little worried, but as you can see, it has turned out really nicely and at the exact temperature that I wanted it at. I think in the future, I would probably pull my probe out a little bit further, maybe, just so I can get more of the pink on the outside, but that looks actually quite fantastic for my own personal liking. So I'm excited this has worked, and that means that you too can cook a prime rib in your air fryer. All right, you guys, well, if you enjoyed that video, be sure to give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I do videos several times a week, and I'm always looking for the next adventure. So if you've got one for me, leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, we will see you on the next adventure. Bye.